Hello everyone. I tried to film this morning, but something went wrong with the iPhone camera, so I'm trying it again this afternoon on a on a mini iPad. But I had most of one row done this morning when it was clear that the camera wasn't working, so I'm just going to finish this row now and then do another one. And that might be all we can do for the day. I don't know, this might even work better. We'll see. I was sharing this morning that I went to the bank and then I came back and I tried to sit down for a few minutes and do this. But that's when I ran into the difficulty. But I went to the bank largely because I hadn't had time to get there, and I had been pinching a bit of money from my husband. I told him about it, of course, but pinching money from my husband's wallet. And he came home and said, well, I tried to pay at the store. I had to use my credit card because my wallet was getting empty. So I thought I'd better go to the bank and replenish what I borrowed. So I did that. Let's see, let's do one more here. And then we're going to turn this over. The lighting's not very good this way, is it? Well, let's just see how we go. Okay, I'm going to turn this and maybe come down this way a little bit further. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this on the other side. Hold on. This is going to swish you right around. I'm going to swish you right around here. And see how we go here. Now, that will be better. We've got some shadows. I have to figure this out. Okay. Here we go, around again. Let's move this in here. We might have the best one yet. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is actually better. All right. So anyway, I did that this morning, and I was going to do some more computer work this afternoon, but the afternoon has kind of gotten away from me, and I did want to sit here and do this for a few minutes before I go out to feed the alpacas. Okay. I'm getting kind of excited to have this done. Gee, it was chilly this morning. It's still cool out there now. It's in the 50s. And that's cool. Of course, the weather's so changeable at this time of the year. It can be 50 in the morning and 80 or hotter in the afternoon, that's for sure. I was saying this morning, I was just chatting away to myself, I guess, because the camera had flipped off, but I tend to have my tension get too tight, and then it means your next row is too hard to crochet into. Got some more yarn up here off my ball of yarn. Okay. So I guess I must have a tendency to get everything buttoned down. I don't know. Because I do tend to get tighter and tighter as I go along. So I have to keep that in mind. And of course the size of your project will change, etc., all depending upon your tension and your hook. But also I have some of these things I filmed for you which are too long to upload. I have to work on that as well. So I will do that. I thought more about, I think it was yesterday, I told you about the herbs, black cohosh and red clover, and how so many women use those two when it comes to menopause, try to control their hot flashes a bit and things of that sort. And then sometimes they stay on them for almost years. But I treat herbs very much like medicine. Well, they are nature's medicines. Now, come on here. There we go. Dropped that stitch. It's probably a place where I've been crocheting a little tightly on the previous row. At any rate, these two herbs, I was doing some coaching with someone on osteoporosis, and I ran into these two herbs in that they are often used, and they can be good for osteoporosis. But the problem is, if you've ever been diagnosed, or even if you have a tendency in your family toward breast cancer, and most breast cancers are have estrogen receptors, they're sensitive to estrogens, and the way that these two herbs work, again, is by means of their estrogen-like effects. And while that's fine for hot flashes and osteoporosis, it is not so fine for things like breast cancer. So I would not advise staying on them very long if you're going to use them at all. And black cohosh especially is very popular. But I'd say both of those are kind of no-nos if there's any hint of a cancer in the system. And so I have had to make sure to tell a friend of mine who's battling breast cancer right now about that, because I know she is using one of them. So she may want to rethink that. I'm going to move this just slightly here. There's a fly in here. They are sticky in the autumn, aren't they? Oh, and I have great news. Great news I want to share. Earlier today, my husband says, okay, now tell me about this plant-based stuff you keep talking about. Just sounds like a guy, doesn't it, that's not overly keen on this notion, but at the same time has heard me talk about it and thinks there might be something there. Anyway, so we had a long discussion on plant-based eating. And he says, well, if I try this, and if I stick to this, what will? And he had 1,000 questions. But anyway, he's getting intrigued, so I'm delighted about that. It's very encouraging for me. I asked him if he would watch the film Forks Over Knives with me, And he says, no, I don't want to know the ins and outs and whys and the chemistry and everything else. I just want to know what I can eat and what I can't eat and what it'll do to me. So he does have weight to lose. And he says, what about the foods I like? And he admits to having a sort of sugar addiction. Which an awfully lot of people do. So we talked about the whole addictive aspect of foods. And the way the palate will change in about 3 weeks of being on plant-based. You lose some of that urge for meat and cheese and all those things. And then he confessed that he's kind of been aiming it this way anyway, that a carton of cottage cheese, which I'd gotten for him, that cottage cheese is going off in there because I haven't been eating it. So I have to go upstairs and recheck everything in the fridge. Maybe he's not been eating a lot of other stuff that's in there either. Like cold cuts. I have to check the whole fridge. Usually those things disappear so fast with him that I know if they're not there, they're gone. But they're there and not being eaten, so that is a shift. I said, well, you might want to read a book or two and get more information. And then I got the same answer as to the movie. No, I don't want to know all the chemistry and anything about it. I just tell me what I can eat and how much fruit can I eat. I tell you, he could be a fruitarian, but that's part of that sugar addiction sort of thing too. Okay, there's that row. Let's turn and go a little bit further. Okay. So I have to update some of my equipment because I've got some films that are about 20 minutes long, which is the ideal time for sitting and crocheting and things, but they will not upload. And I think it's because the operating system on my phone it's as updated as much as I can update it, but I don't think it's updated far enough. So that leaves open the question of what projects we're going to do, because some of what I had filmed for you before involved projects. Oh, there goes the phone. Okay, so maybe we better stop here for today. We've done our row. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.